Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today on Tundra Tactical, we're going to be watching a historic training video teaching us all how to shoot a handgun. I think you all know right where this is going. So stay tuned, thanks for watching, and let's start the show. It has become quite clear in the comment section of many of our videos that we have quite a few viewers that either have military backgrounds or just have an appreciation for the military. In fact, some of you think that the military can do no wrong. This actually really pisses Eric off because, well, for all the love that we have of our veterans, the military has perfected the art of doing things wrong. So often, in fact, that it seems that, at least some of the time, it's gotta be on purpose. To prove to you that just because some special forces dude had his picture taken doing something once, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's the only acceptable way of doing things. I present to you the following. Behold, God's mistake. Okay, whew, thank God, we dodged a bullet there. This is classified. I mean, seriously, for this level of training to be only available to people with a security clearance, that's a huge waste. Like I said, we dodged a bullet. This is a legitimate training video produced for the United States Army, and I promise we have not doctored this film in any way. We definitely understand that training techniques and equipment do change, but what most of you are about to witness is widely considered the absolute wrong way to do things.
Light, easy to handle, effective. The handgun is the ideal weapon for both defensive and offensive close-quarter man-to-man combat fighting.
No, it's not. In fact, I'm pretty sure that most of us could argue next to a knife or bayonet, it's the least desirable option for close-quarters combat. The pistol, that is. I mean, this video was made in 1944. Did they forget about the Thompson? Also, what's the deal with that, like, reverse-style gangsta shooting? I wonder if in the 80s and 90s this was required watching material for all the rap gods that then passed it on as the only way the cool kids shoot. Alright, looks like we're starting off strong. Let's go on to some more.
A course in combat or practical firing has been designed to give that needed advanced training. As in this demonstration, men learn to shoot quickly and accurately from any one of the three basic firing positions. From the prone position, they learn to score hits on a pair of bobbing targets at over 50 yards. Moving up to 25 yards and assuming the kneeling position, they'll be able to do the same thing. In combat firing, a two-shot burst gives a dispersion of 6 to 8 inches on the target, assuring at least one hit. When a moment's delay may cost a life, combat firing trains men to fire instinctively from the standing position, pointing the gun as if it were a finger.
Okay, aside from the pointless opening walk and the worst tactical waddle I have ever seen, this guy actually displays some relatively impressive shooting skills, especially from the prone position at 50 yards, then transitioning between targets at a closer range. Not bad. Let's see if we can keep it up.
One of the most important things in combat firing is the correct grip on the gun stock. So we'll take that up first. Fit the pistol in the crotch of the hand and take a firm, tight grip on the weapon. The barrel should be in direct alignment with the forearm. So if you pointed your finger instead of the gun, it would be right on the target. Remember to take and keep a tight, firm grip on the gun stock.
Notice how the demonstrators in this video keep their fingers glued securely right to that trigger. These dudes are ready to start busting caps purposefully, negligently, or otherwise at a moment's notice.
Keep practicing this rigid grip until it's done automatically. That's the way you'll have to do it when it really counts.
Yes, yes please. Keep your finger pressed firmly on that trigger while pointing your pistol directly into my abdomen, soldier. Please put me out of my misery, says the captain, wishing to not be associated with this garbage content. I know we just called a lot of this garbage, but in reality, whether you agree or disagree, up until this point, there has been some pretty decent information given, and some forgivable mistakes that were made. But this is where it gets truly embarrassing.
Greater accuracy with either the pistol or the revolver can be obtained by using a two-handed grip. Simply hold the gun firmly with the right hand. Place the butt in the palm of the left hand and close the fingers around it.
Run.
The United States Army officially taught people that the teacup grip was the proper way of two-handing a pistol. Up until this point, they were teaching just one-handed grips. But now they're stating that in some rare circumstances, it might be prudent to use two hands. And in those rare circumstances, you most definitely want to be sure your teacup grip for your 1911 has maximum effectiveness. Tell me again how it must be right because the military does it that way. I love the look of pain specifically on that captain's face as he demonstrates.
The point firing position, do not use the gun sight. Fire instinctively point blank in the general direction of the target. When not actually firing, the gun should be carried in the ready position, slightly extended and centered between the knees at about a 45-degree angle from the body.
Now we see some more absurdity. Rotating the arm at the shoulder is taught as the proper way to present on target. We can see that these soldiers were taught to push the pistol out in basic training, but according to the rest of the Army, that was wrong and bad. You remember how earlier we were talking about how the Army has perfected doing things wrong? Yeah, case in point.
Point firing with locked wrist and elbow and pivoting from the shoulder will give the greatest number of hits.
It's said here that using a locked elbow and rotating from the shoulder is the most accurate way to shoot. Every bit of this is objectively wrong. All of it. But this was Army doctrine, so that must mean it's right. Right? Part of how we know that this is all wrong is just looking at how awkward these guys look trying to get these practice grips and techniques. Sometimes a wrong thing might look right, but it is almost a sure thing that if something looks wrong, it probably is. The rest of this video shows these world-class techniques in action on live firing ranges. The shooters continue to look awkward and uncomfortable with their handguns. Now, some of you might say that this is from World War II and shouldn't be taken seriously, or it's merely anecdotal. To you, we say this. This was considered the best possible way to train soldiers how to shoot handguns in combat at the time. And I guess since then we've figured out that this might not in fact be the case. What's to say that in a couple of years from now, we don't find out how wrong we are about our current shooting methods? How many times have we been told that the support hand belongs in a different spot on our AR-15s? This is a precautionary tale to all those who wish to emulate the sheepdogs or even become a sheepdog one day themselves. Please don't. It's a bad term. Just because it's done the military way doesn't necessarily mean that it's correct. So that wraps it up, guys. If you dislike this video, then you're probably a teacupper and I feel sorry for you. But if you like the video, make sure to smash that thumbs up button and share it around with your friends. Consider subscribing to the channel and checking out our Patreon page to stay up to date on current and future content. And if you haven't done so already, click on the link in the description below to come check out one of these sweet new Tundra Tactical t-shirts. Thanks for watching, guys, and you can now find us on Instagram at Tundra Tactical MN.